Hello, welcome back to another video and welcome to week 2 of Spookoplathon. I still haven't coloured in the other half of my board. So I will leave Becca's Spookoplathon up there, I think, if you don't know what I'm talking about, and I will also leave my week 1 vlog again up in the corner somewhere, so you can go back and watch what I read in week 1. At the end of week 1's video, I did my roll for my first book of this vlog. I'm going to put that footage in again here now. Okay, we are on to roll number 3 of Spookoplathon. So we're here down on Ghostface, and let's roll the dice. Oh no, we've got a double and it's a 4. So 2, 3, 4 blood. Realised we were out of frame there, and I need to do a second roll because I need to try and get these 2 books together. Fuck off. 1, 2, 3, 4. Chance. I didn't think how these 2 would go together. That's a series, and now a third roll because we're on another 11. Oh Jesus Christ. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I have got blood, so a red cover, community shelf, which is a book box jar, and chance, which is a series, and I need to try and incorporate them all into one. Because obviously I can't incorporate those ones, I am just going to take like the idea, so a book from a book box and a book in a series. And with a red cover. So, wish me luck. So, the board decided to basically say a big fuck you to me on this go. I am rolling as I go, and the way that I'm working it is that if I get doubles, I have to roll a second time and incorporate those 2 prompts. The board decided to give me 2 doubles in a row, so I had 3 prompts to incorporate. Prompt number 1 is blood, so a red cover. Prompt number 2 was chance, which I'm doing as a pick from my series jar, which is in fact a jar of books of series that I'm currently reading, but I am allowing myself just to stretch that as to be any book in a series. And then prompt number 3 was community shelf, which I'm doing as pulling a book out of my jar of book box books, which again I am allowing myself to stretch as to be any book that has been either in a book box, so either one that I've received in a book box or that has been featured in a book box. And somehow I have 2 options. Neither fit perfectly, neither are perfect, but both will do. So option 1 is the book that actually I'm already currently reading, Swordcatcher by Cassandra Clare. Red cover. It is book 1 in a series. Book 2 isn't out yet, which is why it doesn't quite fit with the series prompt. And it actually came out of the book box jar because it's part of the first option. The second option is Ruthless Vows by Rebecca Ross. Red cover. I mean, it's more kind of maroony, but it's in the sphere of red. Red cover is book 2 in a series. Again, this series isn't in my series jar because my series jar was only series that I started prior to 2024, but it is book 2 in a series, so I would be actually completing a series. And Divine Rivals was in a book box. I did not get it. I know Fairy Loot then did a special edition of Ruthless Vows. Again, I don't have it. This is just the standard edition. So it doesn't fit perfectly in the book box part, but kind of works. So I actually think that because I'm already reading this book for a vlog, I'm gonna put Ruthless Vows on as my Spookoplathon read. So my first read in this vlog is going to be Ruthless Vows by Rebecca Ross. I only read Divine Rivals last month. This might be the quickest I've ever like continued and finished a series ever. So this is the sequel to Divine Rivals, and we are following our two characters whose names I can't remember, Iris and Roman. They were kind of like rival journalists in book one, and then they both went to be war correspondents and they fell for each other. I won't say what happened. Oh, how much can I say about this? At the end of Divine Rivals, something happens and we are then left with a kind of mysterious starting point for book two. Obviously, I don't want to spoil what happened at the end of Divine Rivals, but it also means that there isn't a huge amount that I can tell you about what's going to happen in Ruthless Vows without spoiling what happened at the end of Divine Rivals, because it is a sequel. Also, this is just a duology, so this is the last book in a series. So I am going to start reading this one, and I will drop in. Again, I'll probably do an update at about 100 pages, and I think I'm going to attempt to just kind of do my update as like vibes rather than giving you any plot and like thoughts on actually what's happening in it, just again so I don't spoil book one at all. But first read of this Spookoplathon vlog will be Ruthless Vows. Thanks, Spookoplathon board. Hello. Okay, it's Monday night. Well, it's Monday evening. It's like 6 o'clock. I feel like I did read over the weekend, but I didn't read a lot. I started multiple books instead. So I am currently reading Ruthless Vows. This is my third Spookoplathon roll, and this is the one that ended up having 3 prompts. I also started, I don't have the book with me, it's upstairs, so I'll pop it up here. I also started Things They Say in the Dark by Kirsty Logan. I don't know what I think of that one, I'll be totally honest. It's a short story collection, and I read the first like 20 pages maybe last night, which is I think the first like 3 or 4 short stories, and I wasn't loving it. I was sort of like, okay, it's very like leave her alone, please, Bella. Bella? Are you seeing this? These two little troublemakers? Good girl. You settle down. You leave her alone. You don't need to scratch at her. You don't need to go and tease her. They do actually like each other. They're just, Bella's just in a silly, playful mood, and Bracken doesn't know how to play with Bella. So she tries to pounce on her and play with her like she played with a dog, and Bella has none of it and just swipes at her, which then makes Bracken even more excited. But what I was saying, yeah, so I started reading Things They Say in the Dark. I'm not loving it. It's very speculative. It's very weird. And because it's short stories, I'm not engrossed. I don't know if the stories are supposed to be connected or not. So far from what I've read, they don't appear to be, but I could be wrong, other than like thematically. But again, I could be wrong. I'm also reading Ruthless Vows. I'm about 42 pages in at the moment. I am enjoying it. It's not gripped me immediately like Divine Rivals did. However, the way that Divine Rivals ended, Ruthless Vows was always going to have a bit of an uphill struggle, I feel, because I feel like what I loved so much about Divine Rivals was the relationship between Iris and Roman. I just thought their relationship was beautiful. I really liked the way that they were together. I liked how their relationship blossomed. And because of the way that it ended, there's a lot that needs to be done there to be able to see that relationship develop further. And I actually do think that Rebecca Ross will get there. I'm saying that. I have so far this year read A River Enchanted and not completed that series, and read Divine Rivals and I'm now completing the series. So I'm basing my faith in Rebecca Ross to end a series well, or duology well, on nothing at all. But I feel like her writing is so beautiful. I feel like we will get there with Ruthless Vows. I was hoping to read like 100 pages a day and get it done quite quickly, but I haven't yet. I was meant to read 100 pages yesterday. I read 30. So I would like to get to about page 100 today. This is going to be my focus this evening. And I also have started and I'm also reading still The Mad Ship and the Atlas Paradox. I'm making progress in Mad Ship. I'm still loving it. Like, I kind of really want to just sit down and just binge The Mad Ship. But also, I don't. I want to be reading other things. This is my thing with all TBR games. I like the playing of the game more than I like the reading. So that's why I'm hoping that it works for me with the roll as you go, because I really want to do my next roll now. I've got 5 books on the go. I do not need another one. I need to finish at least 2 of these books really before I bring in another book. But I really want to do another roll. So I'm hoping that by rolling as I go, it will encourage me to get through books quicker so that I can do the next roll, because that's what I really, really want to do. I don't know, does anyone else relate? Is that just a me? Anyway, I am going to get back to Ruthless Vows. These books read so quickly. Like, I've literally, in the last 5 minutes, read 10 pages. So when I get to page 100 tonight, I will check back in with you when I'm at page 100. And then once I'm there, I might stop reading for the evening, because I haven't got any with me here. I am making and selling crochet book sleeves, and mainly crochet book sleeve patterns, but I will be selling the book sleeves as well when I've made enough. So I also am wanting to do some crochet, just purely because I need to have made a certain amount before I can sell. That, I need to have made the book sleeve so that I can make that into a pattern, so that I can sell the pattern. So I need to do the thing. And I've got only a little bit of one left to make, which should be a nice easy part. So I want to do that. And then I can kind of chill out watching Gilmore Girls while I finish putting these bits together. So yeah, 100 pages of Ruthless Vows, and I'll check in with you when I'm there. That was a very long update. I'm sorry, I don't think I said anything of note. Hello, it's later on Monday evening. It's about 8 o'clock now. I've got up to roughly the 100 page mark in Ruthless Vows. I'm up to part 2. I think I'm at page 97 or something like that. I'm going to put it down for now. I might start reading another one of the books that I'm currently reading. Or actually I might not. I might just watch Gilmore Girls. Watch an episode of Gilmore Girls. So yeah, the first part, I can see where Rebecca Ross is going. The plot of Divine Rivals is being kind of echoed in this one. So I don't want to give away anything. I don't want to give away any spoilers. But I'm enjoying it so far. Well, I say I am enjoying it so far. I'm not loving it. I'm sort of... It feels a little bit like the plot has taken a step back to move forwards rather than continue forwards, if that makes sense. So yeah, I hope that I enjoy it more as I get on. I am so bad at updating this vlog. I'm still reading Ruthless Vows. I don't think I've read anything else since I last updated you. It's Wednesday evening now. This vlog should be ending probably on Friday. I am up to page 99 in Ruthless Vows. So yeah, I don't think that I have read anything since I last updated you. And I don't think I've updated you since the weekend maybe. So yeah, I need to get reading. It's a 400 page book and I'm 100 pages in. There are sprints tonight. I think both Sandra and Cassidy are hosting sprints tonight. So I'm going to watch one of their sprints and try and get a chunk of Ruthless Vows read. I'll be totally honest, I have been reading. I've been audioing The Atlas Paradox, which does not count towards Spookoplathon. And I've been reading The Mad Ship, which also does not count towards Spookoplathon. But I've been really enjoying those two. Well, more so The Mad Ship, but I just haven't been picking up Ruthless Vows, so I need to do that. I'll let you know when I've read something more. Hi, hello. Okay, so it is Thursday evening. I have not read anything. This vlog is so bad. Still powering my way through Ruthless Vows. I'm watching Becca's sprints at the moment. I'm 150 pages into Ruthless Vows. I'd like to, there's 35 minutes left on this sprint, so I'd like to get I'd like to get to the 200 page mark maybe in this sprint. I don't know if I can read 50 pages in 35 minutes. Maybe, we'll see. Then tomorrow, Friday, I would like to finish this book because I want to finish this vlog tomorrow. And again, I would like to do my next roll at the end of this video. But I need to finish my book first. And hopefully my next roll won't be quite as dramatic as my last roll. So yeah, I need to get this one finished. I'm enjoying Ruthless Vows. I'll be honest though, I am finding it I find it quite similar to Divine Rivals. I feel like we're telling the same story but the opposite way round, rather than a continuation of the story. Which I'm not massively surprised at, based on how Divine Rivals ended. Missed a few letters out there. But yeah, enjoying it so far. Like I said, 150 pages in. Want to try and get to the halfway point tonight, and then we'll see. Try and finish it tomorrow. Okay, it is Friday afternoon. It's about 3 o'clock. Gavin is doing Bracken, get your face away from me, please. Gavin is doing a sprinting until I finish my book stream, which is great. I love these because I also need to be watching sprints until I finish my book, which is Ruthless Vows. Bracken, get off me. Stop climbing on me. Excuse you. I'm up to page 216 in Ruthless Vows. It's a 400-page book, so I've got just under 200 pages to go. I want to get this book finished today. There is a chance if I start to get myself a little bit exhausted with Ruthless Vows, I might switch to another book. I can't remember if I've told you what the other book I'm reading is, and I can't remember whether I'm supposed to tell you, but it's a book for my book box battle, which I need to get finished, ideally this weekend as well. But yeah, this vlog, this Spookoplathon, that's not a word, Spookoplathon vlog is, thank you Bracken, I'm going to be ending this vlog today, so I want to also finish Ruthless Vows and do another roll, so I should probably stop talking and start reading, so I will, yeah, I'm going to catch up with you when I'm about the page 300 mark. Did I do a page 200 check-in for Ruthless Vows? I don't think I did. If I didn't, let's do that now. So yeah, halfway thoughts of Ruthless Vows. I'm finding it very similar to Divine Rivals. It does sort of feel like we're retelling the same story, but from like a different point of view. And I am enjoying it. This is much more from Roman's point of view. And I am really enjoying that. I'm liking seeing him more. I'm also liking seeing Dakra's side of the war. But I'll be honest, at this point, a book and a half through, I feel like I want a bit more context around the war itself. because I feel like in book one it was Dacra is bad, Enver is good, and they are fighting. And that was fine, you know, that was fine as like a sort of bit of a background, like context for the plot, the love story of the plot to sit on. But this one is much more involved with Dacra, so we are much more in his camp, and we have got Dacra as a character, the god as a character. So I want to know more, like, I understand that he's fighting Enver because he was married to her and she put him to sleep for however many years. Fine. But I don't see why that is making a war with all of the humans involved. And so I just want a little bit more context around the war. I also would quite have liked it if we could have sort of seen it as like Dakra's actually being the good guy. Do you know what I mean? Like seeing it from the other side and seeing why he thinks, because no one thinks they're the bad guy. So I want to know why he thinks he's doing the right thing. But yeah, I am enjoying it. I just like I kind of feel like the world building isn't quite doing enough right now. Like the plot is sat on top of a world, but the world isn't fully developed. And I feel like we're getting more involved in the world, but it isn't. I don't know. I feel like I've got a lot of questions around the world building. So yeah, I'm gonna continue reading, and I will catch up with you when I'm at page 3. Hi. Okay, so we're at the 300 page mark of Ruthless Vows. Things are happening. Drama is dramaing. Stakes are rising. And hey Bella. Yeah, I just need to finish this book now. Yeah. Suddenly shit has hitteth the fan. Yeah, so gonna just carry on reading. Like, things happened. Exciting. Nah. I will say, I don't think that this is going to be such a high rating as Divine Rivals. I believe Divine Rivals was a 4.5. I don't think Ruthless Vows is going to be that high. I do find myself getting very distracted while reading. So I'll quite often be putting the book down and scrolling mid-chapter or even mid-sentence. Just sort of like, I just will kind of like get bored halfway through and just go off and do something different. Stop scratching, boo. Which, yeah, isn't a great sign, but hopefully these last 100 pages are going to be dramatic and wrap everything up nicely. I feel there's quite a lot to wrap up in 100 pages, seeing as it's taken 300 to get to this point. So I have two concerns. One concern is that there's going to be unanswered questions. Another concern being the ending's going to be rushed. Hopefully I am wrong on both counts, but we'll see. I will check in with you when I finish the book. Hello, I did it. It's 8:30 Friday night. I have just finished Ruthless Vows. Yeah, I liked the ending. I liked the fact that there were stakes that stayed being stakes right up until the end. The ending left a couple things slightly open-ended, but I feel like it answered the majority of the questions that I had. I do still feel like the world building around the gods was a little bit too glossed over. It could have been deeper and just given the plot a little bit more substance, you know. But I really liked it. I really liked it. So, saying that, I'm going to be wrapping this vlog up now. But before I do that, I'm going to do a next roll. I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to be reading, but I'm going to do that roll. So enjoy the roll. It's going to come now, and you'll have to tune in next week to see what I pick to read. Okay, so we're here at roll 4. Fairly certain we ended on community shelf last time. Don't 100% remember because the tab that I had stuck there came off. So that's where we're starting anyway, which means I think we could potentially get as far as pumpkin carving. This corner scares me, I'll be totally honest. I don't want seance. I feel like random letter generator, bit scary. I actually could do big book because there's 2 books that I'm reading at the moment which are both over 500 pages, so I could fit one of those in. I actually, weirdly, I don't want highest rated because I don't use Goodreads to track my books. I use Storygraph, so you can't filter your books by rating on Storygraph, but you can filter them by the amount of shelves, so the amount of people who have that book on them shelves. And so that's how I'm using the rating ones, but like highest, most shelved and least shelved. And my most shelved book is Song of Achilles, which I don't want to read. Also don't really want lowest rated. I could do small book, I could do TBR vet, I could do pumpkin carving. So really I don't want this slide. So let's go. Please no doubles. Fuck off. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, small book, that's good, but it's a double. Right, board, listen to me. Don't give me a load of doubles again. That's not okay. Are you actually joking? Like, am I just a joke to you? Small book, future. Eleven. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm looking for a small book. It's under 300 pages. That is like a rainy day book that I want to read. I should have read already. I think that's what it is. And a feed scroll. Are we actually joking? Yeah. So that happened again. Another 2 doubles. This board actually hates me. So if you want to see me try my best to put those 3 prompts together, tune in next week, my next Spookoplathon vlog, where I will be attempting to read a small book that I should have read already and is a feed scroll. I'm going to have to be really imaginative with this. This might have to be 2 books. But that is next week's problem. I mean, it's technically like my problem right now because I need to find that book. Even so, next week's issue. If you like this video, please leave me a like, subscribe down below. Leave me a dice emoji in the comments if you've made it this far. Clearly the board hates me, probably because I'm reading too slowly. But I will see you next week. Bye.